Through Darkness, Nick Cave.
Nick Cave started singing in, of all places, a church.
Between the years of 8 and 11, I used to sing in the Wangaratta Cathedral Choir, and it was quite a good choir, and people used to come from all around to hear us sing. It's the first time I can really remember discovering the kind of power of music.
Later, when Nick was a boarder at Caulfield Boys Grammar in Melbourne, he teamed up with schoolmate Mick Harvey to form the Boys Next Door. In 1979 came the band's first album, Door Door. The single from it, Shivers, remains a classic.
I've been contemplating suicide.
They wouldn't have Shivers on Countdown, so that was our attempt at, releasing something vaguely commercial.
They gave up on Australia, left for London, and changed their name to The Birthday Party.
Basically, I think we just saw the band as a vehicle to travel or to get out of Australia in a way and see the world. It was only when we got over to England that our music did start to kind of have some meaning.
The band had a slow but enormous impact on the British rock scene. New fans were drawn to the band's passionate and often violent shows. They were seen, rightly or wrongly, as part of the growing goth scene in England.
We go on there expressing ourselves intensely and as honestly as possible. And if bloodshed occurs from this, then I don't see it as being our fault. I just see it basically as a misinterpretation of what we're doing.
With their third album, Junkyard, The Birthday Party cemented their reputation as one of the most exciting and extreme bands around. However, to escape the then stale musical climate of London, the band moved to Berlin in 1982.
We were completely accepted into the community there, and that kind of saved us. I think if it wasn't for Berlin, we could well have kind of scuffled back to Melbourne with our tails between our legs.
The Birthday Party's last recordings were done in Berlin. Drugs, as well as the artistic tension between Cave and guitarist Roland Howard, was tearing the group apart. Straight after their notorious Australian tour in 1983, the band split up.
We'd do a concert and go on and try and do an encore, and then spend 10 minutes arguing about which song it was going to be, and then decide not to do one at all because everyone was so pissed off with everybody else and walked off.
Cave then returned to London and formed the Bad Seeds. In 1984, the Bad Seeds released their first album, From Her to Eternity. The style of music was still intense, but it reflected Cave's growing obsession with Southern American blues music. Cave also became fascinated with Elvis Presley. He first paid homage by covering In the Ghetto.
And the hungry little boy with the runny nose plays in the streets as the cold wind blows in the ghetto.
After the inspiring album, Your Funeral, My Trial, the Bad Seeds were featured playing live in Wim Wenders' landmark film, Wings of Desire. 1988 saw the release of Tender Prey. Producer Tony Cohen remembers vividly the recording of The Mercy Seat.
Yeah, it was a bit merry at the time, I suppose that's a good way to put it without being too rude. And he kept screaming for the headphones to be louder, louder, louder. So I turned them up so loud the feedback like, must have been somewhat similar to standing in front of a jumbo jet going full chat. So he came inside into the control room, punched me in the nose and went back out to sing again.
In heaven his throne is made of gold, and the ark of his testament is stowed. A throne from which I'm told all history does unfold. Down here it's made of a wood and wire, and my body is on fire. And God is never far away. Into the mercy seat I climb. My head is shaved, my head is wide, like a moth that tries to enter the bright eye. So I go shuffling out of life, just to hide in death a while. And anyway, I never lie.
His first novel, And the Ass or the Angel, was the story of a mute criminal being hounded by a lynch mob. The book received good reviews and was translated into 10 languages.
With a hellish shriek and a gush of bleach, 2 slobbering bundles came tumbling out.
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds recorded their next album, The Good Son, in Brazil. The Ship Song was its highlight.
But what I wanted to put across was a certain type of sadness that I felt about things. And there's a word in Portuguese called saudade, which means a kind of inexplicable longing for something gone before. And that's kind of the general theme of this record.
In 1992, Cave became a father. The experience of having a son found its way onto his next record, Henry's Dream.
Papa Won't Leave You, Henry is a song sung by a father to his newborn son, and he has all the good fatherly intentions, but at the same time he is still contaminated by his past life.
The most successful record for Cave was still to come. Let Love In featured the hit Do You Love Me, and Love a Man came with one of the year's most unique videos.
We got him to hypnotise the group and have us perform in various states. Stand me a lot better than people do in America, certainly, and in Europe, simply because I am an Australian and I have a certain, there is a definite way Australians look at things, and there is a certain sense of humour and so forth.
Get down, little Henry Lee, and stay all night with me. You won't find a girl in this damn world that will compare with me. The wind did howl, and the wind did blow, la 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 lee. A little bird let down on Henry Lee.
I can't get down and I won't get down and stay all night with thee. For the girl I have in that merry green land, I love fair better than thee. And the wind did howl and the wind did blow, la 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 la, la 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 lee. A little bird let down on Henry Lee.
Party, because recently in Australia, for Summer Soul Tour, the Beastie Boys were here, and there's a rumour that they may be back for the next Summer Soul Tour, but under a different name, in disguise. Well, well, the Beastie Boys, the J-Files.